I'm Frank Sepe with NPCNewsOnline here at the IFBB Pittsburgh Pro Championships with Dr. Victor Prisk. Classic Physique debut today. You look phenomenal, so talk about it. How'd it feel to be up there?
It did feel phenomenal. It was great being up there again.
6 years.
6 years. 2010 was the last
believe it?
time. Welterweight national champion. That was quite a long wait to get back on a pro stage. This class, I would have never done it without this class, this new division. It made it happen for me. 212 is just too big for me. My lifestyle as a surgeon, and getting that kind of meals in and feeling that heavy, I couldn't do it. But this, gives you a chance to perform again. It's all about those classic flowing lines and doing really cool posing, which is why I went into the sport, to convert my gymnastics and dance into bodybuilding performing, and that's what I really love to do.
Did you get the same high as a bodybuilder when you were bodybuilding on stage for a classic?
You know what? I really enjoyed going into this a little bit more because I think it's like a little bit more emphasis on that posing and being unique and changing it up a bit, which I just love to do. I like to create. I love to choreograph.
You seem to enjoy yourself up there. Talk about your posing. A lot of NPC competitors out there don't know how to pose. So how long did you practice for this show?
So that's a great thing. You know, I would do cardio twice a day. When I got off of my bike or my elliptical or my rower or whatever, I would step off and while I'm breathing heavy, go through all the mandatory poses in the morning. And in the evening, I would go through my posing routine. So I would get like an extra 15, 20 minutes of cardio sometimes just going through quarter turns 5 times and mandatories 5 times without stopping while holding your abs in the entire time while you can't breathe from your cardio. That's
tough.
Yeah, so it works, you know, and if you don't practice it, it'll show.
Talk about some of the supplements that you took for the show. I know you work with GNC, and talk about some of the products you took, because you did look great.
Oh, thanks. I'm a firm believer in adding supplementation to your already really healthy diet, and it's so important when you're in this level to get as lean and dry and as hard as possible to really get it down to a science. And working with GNC for the last 6 years has been phenomenal, and it gives me an insight into all the ingredients and everything, so I know exactly what's good, what's high quality. And so, I know that if you take creatine, it actually keeps the water in your muscle. Creatine does not go in your skin and make you swell in your skin. It makes your muscles swell. So why would you take it out at the end of your contest prep? It makes no sense. Unless it bloats you, which it doesn't do that to everybody. So, and you shouldn't be doing those high amounts. The 5 grams of creatine is all you need. You're going in. And then, I use my own orthofactor formula, which is helping with mobility. When I'm 42 years old now, it's been 6 years since I've been
on the abs, 42.
42. I'm
never too old.
Never too old. Keep going. I keep that mobility. The orthofactor is a mobility supplement. And then, the GNC Weightbolic was like my key, having all that extra leucine, and it goes right in with my leucine factor diet. So I brought...
The book. Plug the book.
Yeah, plug my book, Leucine Factor Diet, and the app that goes with it. It's great for bodybuilders, leucinefactor.com. So, thank you. But that's what it's all about. And, I would actually have a GNC Weightbolic shake sitting by my bedside. So I went up to go to the bathroom at 3 in the morning, like most 40-year-olds do. I would chug that shake so that I wouldn't have all that time without having my leucine boost, my little anabolic boost in the middle of the night. So I get into my morning cardio at 6 a.m. after having had some in there, so I'm not completely depleting when I'm doing my fasted cardio. But, those are just some of the most unique, things, I keep that in there all the time.
How did you, as a surgeon, I hope you didn't do any of the surgeries on a low-carb day.
I function very well on low carbs. A low-carb diet gets you very level, it just makes your insulin levels are level, your energy levels, you even out. That first 2 weeks is hard. It is hard when you first oh man, I can't have that. I can't have a scone at the coffee shop or whatever, I do all my writing in the coffee tree, so it's like, I'm dying for a scone. So I never went into the coffee tree for the last 6 weeks. So, but when I'm level like that and I'm in a routine, actually work is even better.
In all seriousness, as a surgeon, how do you prepare for a show? How do you find the time, to diet and to get all your nutrition in on a daily basis? Because a lot of people out there have full-time jobs and they can't even think about competing. They're like, oh, I'm too busy. So how did you do that?
Well, I always tell my patients, I say, listen, everybody can get up early before their kids and do something. Whether it's a little circuit that you put together in your living room, or you have some cardio equipment, or you have some weights at home, you can always get something in the morning. and then don't go home from work without stopping at the gym. So have your food available, cook your meals, bring them with you, eat before you go to the gym, do what you need to do on the way, have food for when you leave the gym, have your shake for when you leave the gym, so that you're not missing those meals. But you got to try and find that time. And if I go home after work and sit on the couch or something and start writing or working on my MD articles or my muscle fitness articles or whatever articles I'm working on, if I get there, it's like, no way I'm going back. No way.
So what's next for you? Obviously, you didn't win, but you look great. So are we going to see you again? You can't give up now.
I'm definitely going to be at the judges' table at some point again. I would like to consider doing Puerto Rico and Toronto, which are the 2 in a row. And I'm off that week. So if I go down to Puerto Rico, which I already have a plane ticket, so I'm going to go have some fun anyway. And then maybe I'll do that and then head up to Toronto. But we'll see. I think I have to see how I feel tomorrow after eating.
I think you should. And I think, you look great. You should be proud of yourself. And congratulations on, after 6 years, stepping on the Pittsburgh Pro stage. And
who would have ever thought, I was judging the Arnold back in March, and I'm like, I'm going to get on stage again. I can't believe this. It was like nervousness. It's fantastic. The energy from everybody and the knowing that my friends are going to be out there, judging and watching, and all these people who I've been working with for the last 6 years without competing, it rose my own expectations of myself, and it was really motivating.
Well, thank you again. You look great, and we'll see him soon. It's Frank Sepe for NPC News Online.
There's a million excuses why you couldn't be healthy, but if we find that one really good reason, it's our family. I'm gonna look back on this time and be like, man, those were the good old days. Like, I'm in the good old days, like right now. I love what I do. I love the customers. I know their kids. They know about my kids. That's the beauty of working at GNC. We're here for you. Just ask. We make it simple. GNC.